Guys, how are we doing? And welcome back to another video. This is the Fighters Forecast. It is your boy Tennant speaking, and we are here to start a brand new series. The Dana White Contender Series has finally arrived. And if you do not know what this is, it is Dana White Contender Series, and it's Mick Maynard finding prospects from all around the world, flying them into Las Vegas at the Apex, and they put on fights. If you get a win, you're in, unless you're a boring nut hugging pussy. You know what I mean? If you go in there and you finish the person that's in front of you, you will get a contract. You will be a prospect. And guys, I absolutely love this part of the UFC. It starts in August normally, goes all the way till about October, November, which is fantastic. Fights happen every Tuesday from there. Um, Guys, this is where I find my prospects of the year. I made my top 10 list um, last year, guys, and it has been going just so phenomenal with all the prospects that I picked. I'm going to bring up some of the guys that I picked. Here we go. So we have number one, Magomed Zainukov. We saw him get a nice victory a couple of weeks ago. We have Bison Serkayev, a guy who I really like as well, who's very, very good, but he likes to play with his food a little too much, but the skills are there, I promise you. Abdul Rahman Yakyayev has been causing problems in the 205 division. We have Cesario Lazachuk as well on my list. That is the brother of Michael Lazachuk, and he is better than Michael Lazachuk. We have Murtazali Magomedov, who got a twister submission in his UFC debut, an absolutely brilliant performance. We got my brother Jose Delano, the guy that I text, one of the guys that I text, which is nice. He got a win against Robert Ruchala for his first fight. We have Tommy Gant, who fights very, very soon as well, but who also got a win in his UFC debut. We got Curtis Campbell on here, who did get dismantled by Danny Silva, but he did get his UFC debut win. We hope he bounces back. But yeah, that is Curtis Campbell. We have Lewis Lee Scott, who we have not seen fight yet in the promotion. And we have Romero Jimenez as well, who we have not seen fight in the promotion. That was my top 10 last year, guys. Only one out of those 10 fighters have actually lost a fight ever since I made that list a year ago. So it really shows the people I like, and hey, the proof's in the pudding, man. None of these guys have really lost except one guy against Danny Silva, who's a good fighter, man. So, I guess you could say just keep chugging along on that train, boy, because I'm going to keep finding more prospects to watch out for. But without further ado, we're here to start week number 1 of Dana White Contender Series. We have Anthony Wint against Matt Adams. But like always, guys, we're breaking the card down from the bottom to the top. First fight on the card, we have John Canuckman against Joe Cupshot. John Canuckman, both these guys actually are submission guys. John Canuckman is better on the feet. He's got better power. He's got better combinations, and he's more willing to pressure the fight. Joe Cropshot is a guy who's kind of a jiu-jitsu nerd, who will like to pull guard, who likes to stay on his back, who likes to try and hunt submissions from the bottom and then try and scramble and transition to try and get a better position on you. Joe Canuckman is better with the hands. I've watched some of this guy's tape. He either stuns the guy early and then wraps up a sub, or he just takes them down and subs them, which is kind of, it's like, is this guy really that good? Because the guys he's fighting aren't that good. You know what I mean? So I'm very curious on John Canuckman to see, if the guy is really who they say he is. 10-0, nice shiny record against Joe Cropshot, who's fought the better level of comp. That is for sure. But Joe Canuckman, in my opinion, is better on the feet. He can stun people early. He's got the more willingness to engage here, and I feel like that's going to happen. I think Joe Knopshot's going to try and pull some bullshit jiu-jitsu guard crap. I think John can actually catch him here, and I think John can put him away just like how he does in his other fights. Knocks him down, subs him. Give me John Canuckman in this matchup. Next fight, we have Anais Malumba against Tom Polagero, and this fight is an absolute banger. Anais Malumbo and Tom Pacanigo. Anais Malumbo fought Marwan Rahiki on the Dana White Contender Series last year, guys, and that was an absolute barn burner brawl for as long as it lasted, guys. Malumba almost knocked out Rahiki 2 separate times in their first match, and then he kind of death gassed, and Marwan Rahiki took over. And we know the prospect of Marwan Rahiki now. He has a couple wins in the UFC. His striking is absolutely nasty. but Malombo's striking is just as good in my opinion here. But he's fighting a massive guy for the division in 145 in Tom Pellegrino, and the guy loves to time knees up the pipe. This guy's knees up the pipe are going to play dividends in this matchup because Anais Malombo is about 5'6", Tom is about 6 foot. And Tom loves to utilize his knees against shorter opponents when they're trying to come in and strike. He'll shoot a knee up the middle in the stomach or in the chest or in the head area. He's very, very dexterity in the knees department, in the kicks department. Very clean combinations on the feet as well. Will love to throw combos here. And I think this stylistic matchup for Anais Malombo is not going to work well here because Tom's going to time this guy when he comes in. He's going to get the boxing combinations going. I think Anais Malombo has to clinch against the fence to win this fight, and I don't think he will because in the Contender Series, you're there to try and finish. I think he's going to try and swing wild. He's going to get caught by a vicious knee. It's going to hurt him to the body, and I have Tom Pellegrino as the underdog in this matchup. Next fight, we have the assassination of Sakia. Bilal Hassan is going to put absolute belt to ass to this guy. It's not even going to be a close fight here. Bilal Hassan is a massive striker. He has so many wins by first round finish, by KO as well. This guy is an absolute machine in the 125 division, a real prospect out of Indonesia here. And he's fighting a guy from India in Murdial Sakia, a guy who is not UFC caliber in my opinion here. I don't think this fight's going to be close at all. I think Bilal Hassan has the better striking. He's got the better pressure. He's got the better wrestling. He's going to march forward. He's going to land on Miradil Sakia, and he's going to put him out cold. Give me Bilal Hassan by knockout. Next fight, we have Abe Algasir against Fabricio Ensecara. Abe Algasir, is a guy coming out of Lebanon here, a guy who I wasn't that much familiar with, to be honest, but a guy that has good wrestling, and that needs to count for something here, because against Fabricio Ensecara, if he stands on the feet, he's going to get put out cold by Fabricio here. But I think Abe has good fight IQ. He can get the fight down to the ground. He's got fantastic cardio, which matters big time in this matchup here. Because if this fight gets out of the first round, he can really wear and tear on Fabricio. He can really try and grind him against the fence, get him down to the ground, maybe look for a sub, some nice ground and pound, which he does have on the record. But, Fabricio Escalera is better on the feet if it's a pure striking matchup, but he's not better against the fence. He's not better, on the ground. But he is a big guy. But the difference between him and Tom Pellegrino is that Fabricio doesn't use the knees against shorter opponents like this Abe Algasir guy. I think Ali Algasir needs to survive that first round of Fabricio. He needs to come forward. He needs to grab the cage, clinch along the fence, get this guy down to the ground and work from there. And once he does that, it'll wear on Fabricio Escalera and he will win by decision or submission. Give me Abe Algasir. Next fight, we have the main event. It is Anthony Wint against Matt Adams. This is a sacrificial lamb fight, as you guys can probably tell in the fucking pictures. Matt Adams, a decent striker. A guy's got decent wrestling as well, but he is here mainly to showcase the new prospect in the 265 division, Anthony Wint. Anthony Wint has some of the most ferocious knockouts in the 265 division on the regional scene. The guy's built like an absolute freight train. He comes forward, he unloads the clip into his opponents, but it's not just one-shot haymakers. This guy actually has pretty clean combinations for the 265 division here. He loves to throw a nice 1-2-4. That's Anthony Wint's favorite combination, and he's fighting Matt Adams. Anthony Wint's going to be faster. Anthony Wint's going to be stronger. He's going to hit harder. He's going to have the better cardio here. That's not going to matter. Anthony Wint's going to knock this guy out in the first round, maybe even the first minute. Give me Anthony Wint in this matchup by KO. Just, I didn't say all my methods here. Anthony Wint by KO, Abe Algasir by submission or by decision, Bilal Hassan by KO, Tom Pellegrino by KO, and John Konopkin by submission, guys. Those are my picks. We have two dogs, actually, which is pretty, I was kind of surprised seeing some of these odds here, but Anthony Wint, I totally agree with. He should nail that guy. I guess the Abe Algasir is a pick 'em. I understand. Bilal should kill that guy. Tom Pellegrino, I was surprised he was the underdog, but I guess Malomba had a good performance coming off. And then Joe Konopman, I think he is better on the feet, and he is better on the ground in an advantageous position. Those are my picks, guys. This is a new series. Every single Sunday or Monday, you will get a video of this, of me breaking down these regional Contender Series fights. One of my favorite times of the year, guys. And it's going to be happening every Tuesday for the next 10 weeks. And I'll see you guys in the next one. for the Islam Makhachev Ian Gary fight. Peace.